Hey Scotties, how you doing? Good morning, wherever you are. I'm in London right now. It's surprisingly sunny, so I'm about to do some of my exercises and stretches, which I've been horrible with. For those of you, whenever I'd say big back, I told you guys that I have been on a weight loss journey. I have lost a lot of, well, about 10 kg or so. I'm pushing for another 10, so it's not easy. So when I call big back, it's not because I'm being a B, is because I'm going through this journey myself. I want to also shout out the new joiners to my page. Thank you so much. When I first started this page in January, I think I had like 100 people. No, what am I saying? I had like three people who I was actually amazed about because I didn't know who these three people were. I've had everything I tell you guys is the truth. I've had this page since 2014. I've never bothered to. I used it once in 2015, and I thought, okay, this is too much work, and life and circumstances and everything. I just want to remind people why we do this. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't benefit me. Of course, it does. The more of you join, the more I get some. Every time you watch my videos, there is some sort of benefit, and it benefits everybody on YouTube. Let's not even cap. But I want to remind people why we do this. I'm going to be, once in a while, I'll be posting videos like this where we kind of like, it's not just laughing at the media, it's not just defending Duchess Sussex and speaking up for her husband and for the babies. It's calling out the very real human impact of hate on YouTube. For those of you who may not know, I posted a video a few months, I think it was like in January or February, I can't remember, telling people why I've decided to use this page as a way to drag, not just call out, not be nice about it, no, to drag the British media because I feel it very personally. And I wanted to quickly play you a video about why I do this and what actually got me to properly start paying attention to the online hate Meghan has. It made me go from casual speculative viewer who was rooting for her and Harry, because on this page we root for black women. I don't care if you're biracial, I don't care if you're quarter black, if you carry our DNA, first and foremost I will defend you. Except you're Kemi Badenoch or Candace Owens. I'm sorry, Kemi Badenoch, the situation you're in, you put yourself in it. As a Nigerian, you should be ashamed of yourself. Candace Owens, while her reporting on Blake Lively, guys, I have to admit, is award worthy. I don't like women that go on the right. You are allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to, I'm not saying you must like everything I like. I'm not saying that you must be down, even though I find that comment to be deeply offensive. Not all black people have the same interests. But like when you side with the right and elevate white supremacist talking points, I will drag you. I'm sorry. But even then, I believe that there is a line we should not cross as people, because in as much as I may not agree with your thoughts, I may not agree with you, or I might even full on hate the things you say, I will never dehumanize you. This channel, we do not dehumanize people, because thanks to what has happened to Meghan, I've seen the impact of what that does. Now, sorry, sorry for that weird ramble. Let me quickly play my origin story.
You are making people want to kill me. It's not just a tabloid. It's not just some story. You are making me scared. Right? And like that night, to be up and down in the middle of the night, looking down my hallway, like, are we safe? Are the doors locked? Is security on? Is everything? That's real. Are my babies safe? And you've created it for what? Because you're bored, or because it sells your papers, or it makes you feel better about your own life? It's real what you're doing. And that's the piece I don't think people fully understand.
Charles, you know I'm going to...
Sorry. So yeah, I mean, I don't know how anybody can listen to that.
You are making people...
Can listen to that. I'm sorry, for those of you who may not know, for those of you that are new to the Sussex universe, this is from Harry and Meghan's documentary on Netflix. If you're a casual viewer, if you're somebody who feels down in your gut something is not right, and you're like me, you want to just know the full facts, instead of listening to the media or reading the tabloids, just go and watch Harry and Meghan's documentary and or read Harry's book. Whatever your thoughts are about these two people, these are human beings. And for me to hear a woman speak like this, a member of what is supposed to be one of the most privileged families in the world, for her to come out and speak like this, it broke my heart, honestly. And I'm quite a cynical person. I'm quite a strong person, but I don't know how anybody can hear somebody appealing like this and not feel, my goodness, is this how bad it is? And she's right. I think she says it perfectly. Those of you that monetize hate, and there are many of you, I don't even understand how every day, I find it baffling how you've opened a YouTube channel, you're looking for clicks. Why? What type of a human being says, you know what, I want to get viewers, let me go and look for someone to pick on? What type of a human being does that? There are so many things you could do. You could talk about your makeup. You could talk about, nowadays people, YouTube's personalities are becoming celebrities. People just want people that are down to earth and real. You could talk about, I don't know, buying a new house, clearing your garden, learning a new course. You could just create something that feels like you're chatting with people. People are quite lonely in this generation, and they like to hear people talk of all the topics you can think of. If you go on ChatGPT and you say, okay, I want to start a new YouTube channel, it will give you so many suggestions. You can talk about tech. You can talk about the weather. There are people online on YouTube that have made so much money, if that's what you're looking for, just talking about their hobbies. There are guys who travel all over the world and they post genuine videos of, oh, I went to see this thing, or I went to see that thing. Do you know there are actually YouTube pages of people just putting a fan on and leaving it on for 8 hours because people like white noise? There are so many things you could do. Why use your platform to incite hate against someone? And for those of you that have just dehumanized the people that you hate, what is wrong with you? Is it psychosis? Are you mad? No, I have to ask this question. Is your mental health on fire? How is this a thing you are proud to do? And the funny thing is, I know you're getting engagement, I know you're making money, but to me, I call it blood money. She came out, how can you listen to someone appealing to you that you're hating on me, fine, but you're hating on me and you're inciting anger and vitriol and violence. And this ignore that many of you are all clapping for and kicking with because of the whole Blake Lively thing. I'll get to that shortly. And this ignore, I'm doing an investigation into him, which I will release. Do you know that in 2023, after the South Park satire video, Andy Signal whipped up, he's on Popcorn Planet, for those of you who don't know, he posted what he called a joke, whipping up his base to go and rent, he said he was going to arrange transport for them to go to Montecito, bring out, speakers, screaming, we want privacy. That is harassment. That is full-blown harassment. Of course, thankfully, the Sussex Squad, because I didn't even know about this, the Sussex Squad on Twitter, honestly, as in there are no words, these guys are incredible. Sussex Squad on Twitter, once they got wind of it, they made such a stink about it. There's a guy called Christopher Boozy. He also made, because Christopher Boozy, I think he's the owner of something called Bot Sentinel. If you don't know about it, please go check it out. He actually, why I mentioned Christopher Boozy is he was in the Harry and Meghan documentary, and he collates online data, and he was talking about the online hate Meghan gets. He actually raised something and said, look, Sussex is, let me paraphrase. I think in a way he was speaking to Harry and Meghan through Twitter. He was like, the Sussexes really need to call the police on this guy. This is harassment. And he's right. Imagine if people hadn't been paying attention to Andy Signor. And I think the reason why Andy Signor's story was even heard about is because Andy Signor has a lot of followers. Now think about the people like me even that have hundreds of followers, thousands of followers that people may not easily find. Think about the fact that they might be inciting violence against people. What if people don't stop them early enough, like they've stopped Andy? Harry said something. He doesn't want to bring his wife to the UK because he is scared for her safety. And he's right. It just takes one lone actor. They don't need a group. One lone actor watching Big Back Kingsley or that idiot and the Signal on Popcorn Planet who's having a psychotic break and thinks, oh my God, Meghan is out to kill me. I have to kill Meghan. Just one lone actor finds his way to Montecito, stalks them for months, decides that he's going to shoot Meghan. Or maybe she comes to the UK. And the reason, for those of you that are wondering, well, there's violence everywhere. Why is Harry not worried about the UK? Sorry, why is Harry not worried about the US? Because in the US, he has been able to organize the protection he needs for himself and his family. In the UK, he doesn't have that opportunity because they keep denying him. His case is going to court next month, and I'll keep an eye on it. So I'm sorry, I've gone off on a tangent now, but I'm just kind of like, this video always gets me emotional. I want to appeal to those of you that are casual watchers, to those of you that are even haters that are going to come across this video. Find your humanity. These are people. I don't know what you are achieving, what maybe insulting Meghan makes you feel good. I don't know. I don't care. You are putting people's lives in danger. If insulting this woman or any man makes you feel better about yourself, my dear, you need help. Put your YouTube video down. Go and book online therapy. I live in the UK. You can go to the GP. There are numbers you can call. Call Suicide Watch. Your mental health is not well. Throwing all your frustrations, hating on someone, especially when you're doing it for engagement, is insanity. And I will say this to YouTube, as my employer, sort of. YouTube, you have a responsibility. You cannot keep allowing this to happen. I am not saying that you shouldn't criticize Meghan, but there should be a pattern. When it becomes a pattern and that pattern becomes violent, people are using AI to distort this woman's features, to make her come off as aggressive. People are using AI to show her crying, using AI to show her dead, to show themselves mocking her. And I'm thinking to myself, YouTube is watching this happen, and is he okay? And the Signal, I keep on bringing his name up because, again, I'm doing my deep dive into him. All the advertising revenue he gets pushing hate against this woman, all the advertisers, and I want these people to, I don't watch his videos because fuck him, excuse me, but like, if you ever come across his videos and you see ads, I need you to report these people. That, do you know that your ads are playing in front of Andy Signors, a man who encourages violence? And for some of you that are following Blake Lively, I put a video up a few days ago, sorry, I think a day or two ago, where I said, whatever your thoughts are about Blake Lively, and let me just be very clear, I don't believe her. I believe she's guilty. I believe she weaponized her A-list husband and her A-list friends to bully a man out of his role. I think what she did is egregious, and I think she should suffer the legal consequences of that action. That being said, this is the extent of the punishment I think she deserves. Let it go to court. Some of you are also stirring hate against that woman. Some of you so-called Justin Baldoni supporters are using his name to instigate frustration and hate against that woman. And it is madness. We can't be defending Meghan and not look at that situation as well. The hate campaign against Blake Lively needs to stop. Speak your facts and leave it. Some of you for engagement, because it's very easy. Once you start seeing the money coming in, many of you get carried away. Some of you are using your platform to instigate hate. She is guilty of what they are saying she's guilty of. The evidence is there. We don't need any more from you. Just post it and go. So yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say that in summary, for the new users, the old users, for those of us who allow when we start laughing at the British media and we allow ourselves to, because it's very easy to fall down that rabbit hole of I'm going to go from criticizing somebody to becoming hateful. When we start finding ourselves unconsciously or consciously falling down that hole, let us remember why we are doing what we are doing. For me personally, I do what I do because this is my own small way of trying to stop hate against this woman. I call out the British press because it doesn't make sense to me that they pick on Meghan and they treat the working royals who collect taxes from us to fund their lifestyle like their shit is gold. If you're going to be nasty to one person, be nasty to everyone so that we can at least know that, okay, it's the press that we need to be focusing on and changing the way news is reported. But if you're going to keep on bullying Meghan, bullying her husband, and bullying her children, you will have to contend with creators like myself. Now, sorry, I went off on a tangent. Thank you all. I have some videos coming up because we're going to laugh at the British press and how they've once again humiliated themselves, chasing clicks instead of following facts. And yeah, guys, have a good morning and yeah, take care.